fun. It's engaging. It's Chattin' with Chelsea. She's daytime's new bestie. Here's your host, Chelsea Edwards. Come back to me. I've got the feeling.
Hey, besties! Welcome to another episode of Chattin' with Chelsea. I'm your daytime bestie, Chelsea Edwards. And today, we are giving you fitness and nutrition for any age. We're going to break it down by decades even, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, because apparently the metabolism that you have when you're 25 does not last your whole life. This is all news to me. So we also know when your 30s hit, you start hearing a little something in your joints a little bit. I know y'all hear that. And then in your 40s, things just start giving out, like going up the stairs, just my knees. 50s, I'm not there yet, so I don't know. I guess I'm gonna find out on today's show what I get to look forward to. But either way, we've got some tips to make it a little easier for you, at least a little healthier, all right? So here to help us with that, we've got Dr. Greg Burzynski, Restore Longevity Clinic. Like, you gotta explain what a longevity clinic is, and as an expert, what do you do?
Sure. Well, thanks for having me, Chelsea. Great to be here. So I'm an internal medicine board certified physician. I know a lot about disease. I later went on to get an integrative fellowship in medicine.
Okay.
So that means more preventative stuff, staying ahead of disease, nutrition especially. As the sands of times kept going, I realized I don't want to get sick like my father got sick and other people. So we are living in amazing times, and we have all the tools now coming to a head that can catch disease early, and we can do something about it.
Yes, it's like so much information out there though. Like I just don't know where to start. So basically what you focus on is things that can help prevent disease, which can also make it easier on us as we're aging.
Sure, the fundamentals, good nutrition, sleep, movement, exercise.
Okay, all right, well, we can do that. I feel like we can start. We have a variety of an audience, but let's start in our 20s. It feels like in your 20s, you can eat anything, you can do anything, but as a longevity expert, what do you recommend?
Exactly, so the fundamentals need to be started. And of course, what don't we want to eat? That's important, I think we have to add. The processed food, ultra processed foods in the middle of the grocery store on the shelves that have really long shelf lives, we don't want those in our body. They don't really serve us.
Okay.
The perimeter of the grocery store, that's where all the real food is. So we want whole foods, not the fake foods, number one.
So we cannot eat pizza 3 times a day, even if we're in our 20s, is what you're telling me.
I wish I could say that, but you're right. Yeah.
I wish you would have been around in my 20s to tell me that. Okay, so what are your specific recommendations for that decade, that age group?
Sure. So I like the anti-inflammatory dietary pattern. It's basically a Mediterranean type diet with some other amazing foods. So protein is fundamental, and not only that, healthy protein. So we have healthy chickens, pasture raised is better, eggs. We want to have green leafy vegetables, colorful fruits as well, and fermented foods. These can support our gut. So a lot of balance, something that you can make or go to a good restaurant. You want to get about 20 to 25 grams of protein during those times. They're building your muscles, keeping everything healthy. And as we get older, we want to up that a little bit.
Okay, is the 20 to 25 grams, is that mostly for women in that age group or men?
Right, so 20, 25 grams per meal. So multiply that by 3. So you might need to, let's say, do a little protein supplementation. But that's the A standard, I feel.
Okay, all right. Do you have more leeway at that young age?
I know where you're going.
To splurge, you know what I'm saying?
So
have a little fun.
The body's more forgiving.
Yeah.
So that's the thing about your 20s. You can get away with things, but then not so much. But if you get into the habit of doing good things, you won't have to pay for it later.
Got it, because you do want to prevent disease down the line.
Exactly.
Got it. Okay, all right. Let's move on to the 30s. What are your recommendations for our 30-somethings watching?
Well, we want to up our protein game a little bit. So now we want to do maybe 25 to 30 grams of protein 3 times a day, and again, high quality protein. So we want to consider the wild fish, the wild salmon, the grass-fed meats, the eggs. Eggs are amazing. They have choline in them. Choline's great for the brain. So about 3 eggs are equivalent to about 25 grams of protein. That's pretty impressive. Yogurt. Not all yogurts are the same. We want to have high quality yogurt. Greek yogurt is amazing. Icelandic kefir, even better perhaps. Add some nuts in that. You have the same component of protein there. So you want to incorporate those foods. Get that breakfast going. You'll have sustained energy throughout the day. Couple that with maybe a baked potato. one that is a sweet one, you could have a lot of good fiber in there and all the nutrients.
Okay, so upping the protein, about 5 grams you added.
Yes.
Okay, so what does that look like when it comes to maybe a serving of fish? If I'm
We're
going
about there, actually.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that'll be the like 25 to 30
Yes.
grams, and we're good with that. Okay, for people who don't want to eat so much meat, do you have any other protein recommendations?
Sure, so you can always do lentils, beans, these are great, quinoa. Now keep in mind, plant protein does not assimilate as great as animal protein. You can also supplement it with your favorite protein powders, right? Something that you also might think about is creatine. I didn't talk much about supplements, but those are really good. Creatine, if you remember, really for the muscle, big buff guys, not so much really. When you get to your 30s or even 40s, you might want to incorporate some. It's amazing for your brain, muscles. It is giving you all this extra support.
Okay, wow. Well, thank you for enlightening me, because I think creatine, I think those guys who are definitely like, oh, throwing the weights in the gym.
Now, low dose creatine. So 5 grams daily, just a little spoonful. You dissolve it, drink it on an empty stomach, and then you live your life.
All right, okay. 40s, 50s, and up. We have not forgotten about you. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back after this.
Hey, it's your girl, Carolina Sanchez, and The Nightcap is the late night show where no topic is off limits. Join me as we dive into the wild world of relationships, sex, and everything in between. From hilarious dating disasters to steamy secrets, you know we've got it all. We've got celebrity guests, expert advice, and a cocktail in hand. The Nightcap is your guilty pleasure. So grab your drink and tune in, because the best stories start after dark.
The Nightcap. New episodes weeknights at 10:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
I'm Isaiah Carey, here to shake things up with the stories that hit hard and matter most. Here on The Factor, we cover news with grit and authenticity. We challenge the status quo and get down to real talk and bold discussions. Join us as we amplify the voices that disrupt, inspire, and lead the charge for change. Your story is power, and we're here to unleash it.
The Isaiah Factor Uncensored. New episodes weeknights at 9:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
I was a quarterback at Hardaway High School. College first round draft pick. During the football season, I would stop eating. But I didn't know I was depressed. We didn't have any education behind what mental health was. I started to learn it starts here first. If this is together, I'll be better as a father and as a husband. We have to redefine what being a strong man is and heal, love your mind.
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. But how long will you fight solo? I wonder if you know that we can get help. Not wondering anymore. Love your mind.
We're back breaking down what you should be eating by the decade. Dr. Greg Burzynski with Restore Longevity Clinic. You're telling us how to live a long, healthy life. Now we are at the 40s. This is my group. So talk to me, Doc. What should be on my plate?
I'm with you on that one. So it's important to see that your hormones might be changing and prepare, right? So we could add a little flax seeds. Those are great in that yogurt. Keep that gut health maintained. Continue eating those healthy yogurts. The healthy fats, right? The ones like extra virgin olive oil, avocados, packed with magnesium and other great nutrients. Broccoli, one of my favorite foods.
It's one of my favorites too. So I've been doing something right.
Yes.
Yeah.
I start off my day with a broccoli shake, some berries, other things. Great for the gut, detoxify some of those hormones.
Wait,
Yes.
a broccoli shake?
Yes, ma'am.
Please explain.
Okay. Every morning, I add a lot of frozen broccoli, get some nice fruits, raspberries, blueberries, a little protein perhaps,
Okay.
a little water, and push blend.
What?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I got my wife to do it.
Okay.
They're not the tastiest, but they're the most nutritious.
Okay, you got her in on it. So
Oh, yeah.
I'll keep that in mind then. I'll have to try that. Okay, I'll let you know how that part goes. Explain to me, how important is gut health at this age in particular?
Super important. A lot of our diseases stem from just dysbiosis, unhealthy gut. IBS, other problems can occur. So we want to keep the right nutrients in our gut, especially hormonally. A lot that goes on there. A lot of medicines might not be processed well if our gut's not working.
Okay, all right. So broccoli is good for the gut. Anything else that we should be adding? Those are the things that we want to focus on.
Well, we didn't talk about supplements, but vitamin D is amazing. A lot of
Okay.
vitamin D rich foods. We have that in some fish. So if you're not getting enough of that, if you're indoors a lot, if your skin's darker, get your vitamin D. Make sure you take that in. As you're getting a bit more stressed during your 40s, you got a lot going on. Ashwagandha might be a good supplement as well. So that could be something that could relax you a little bit occasionally. Magnesium as well, found in leafy green veggies. But if you're not getting enough of those, take it in a supplement form. Take it at night. Your brain's going to thank you. You're going to sleep amazingly, and your muscles will be healthier.
Okay, I just found out about ashwagandha not too long ago. So what is your recommendation for making sure the supplements that we get are good? Because now I've been seeing it everywhere, all kinds of brands, but we don't want to just throw our money away. So do you have any recommendations for that?
Well, we do have our favorite brands, and we have them verified, so we know that they're pure, without contaminants, and we walk you through that process. And I don't just like to throw supplements on people, but these are some supplements that generally are good for most people. So we do an extensive dive into people's blood, see what might be missing, and then we supplement. For example, CoQ10. A lot of people might be low if they're on a statin drug. Well, we give you a little CoQ10 to replete that, and we can find that in the blood beautifully. So it's really personalized.
Okay, I like that. Okay, 50s and up.
Okay.
What are we talking?
So now we're in the menopause time, perhaps, right? So a lot of things are changing.
Yes.
So that means your brain might not be as sharp as it was. We want to protect our brain. We want to get our bones strong. We don't want demineralization going on. So that means eating in a vitamin D and calcium.
Okay.
Now, before we can start giving calcium, we want to make sure that you need it. So check with your doctor, make sure that you actually need it. But I think just taking calcium-rich foods is a great idea. The little fish, the sardines, those are amazing. They have a little bit of calcium and all those great omegas as well.
So people often think calcium, just milk, but there are lots of other options.
Sure, there's lots of plant-based options, and then you can always supplement. Just a little bit goes a long way.
Okay, all right, so up the calcium. Anything else? Because that could be a rough time, just, from my friends in that age group, especially once we get into 60s and, a lot of besties watching who are in their 60s. Would you differentiate between the 50s and 60s as far as what's on their plates?
Well, protein again, so now we got to up the game a bit more, so 30 to 40 grams, probably 40 is going to be what you need, because you want to maintain that muscle and even grow. Muscle's like a currency when you're getting to be older. You don't want to be frail. You want to have that muscle protecting you in case you fall, so you can grasp something. That's super important. So get your protein and, of course, exercise.
Okay, of course, yes. We're going to get to that, what we need to do. But I got to ask you this one. I want to rewind back just a little bit, because as women, you mentioned like our bodies are going through different changes. What about after we have a baby? Maybe that like 30s, 40s age group, 20s as well.
Sure.
Should we change it up as well after we've given birth?
I think it's all about upgrading, right? So if you've been doing things well, you should just remember, supplement, take these foods, get your protein, get all these beautiful things from that anti-inflammatory diet. Don't skimp out. Occasionally it's okay to have some naughty food, but keep it legit.
Because it is stressful.
Right.
I need a cookie sometimes. So keep it legit, but really focus on adding.
Replenishing, making, again, omegas, if you're breastfeeding, you're going to deplete them. So make sure you get enough omegas in there, fish oil, things like that.
Okay. As we get older, you mentioned like the protein going up.
Sure.
Women and men, is the recommendation around the same as far as that protein intake?
So the answer is, women are typically smaller and men have a different caloric burn typically with that being larger. So it's a little bit less than men. And we've fine-tuned that by seeing how much you're burning actually. So it's generalizations are there, but it's good to just fine-tune these things because everybody's different.
Yeah, that's right. So you want to get that personal advice.
Exactly.
I love that. I love what you brought here. It all looks good. We're going to have to whip up some kind of smoothie now that I know we can put broccoli in a smoothie. Thank you so much, Dr. Greg.
It's been a pleasure.
Great information. Guys, we're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to do that fitness we talked about, even though your joints are making all sorts of noises. We got you. We'll be right back.
Come back.
I was a quarterback at Artoway High School. College first round draft pick. During the football season, I would stop eating. But I didn't know I was depressed. We didn't have any education behind what mental health was. I started to learn it starts here first. If this is together, I'll be better as a father and as a husband. We have to redefine what being a strong man is and heal, love your mind.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies. Selfies, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Greg, come on man, let's put a ride home.
I'm Isaiah Carey, here to shake things up with the stories that hit hard and matter most. Here on The Factor, we cover news with grit and authenticity. We challenge the status quo and get down to real talk and bold discussions. Join us as we amplify the voices that disrupt, inspire, and lead the charge for change. Your story is power, and we're here to unleash it.
The Isaiah Factor Uncensored. New episodes weeknights at 9:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
Hey, it's your girl, Carolina Sanchez, and the Nightcap is the late night show where no topic is off limits. Join me as we dive into the wild world of relationships, sex, and everything in between. From hilarious dating disasters to steamy secrets, you know we've got it all. We've got celebrity guests, expert advice, and a cocktail in hand. The Nightcap is your guilty pleasure. So grab your drink and tune in because the best stories start after dark.
The Nightcap. New episodes weeknights at 10:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
Now that we know what to munch on for the decades, we need to know how to move our bodies in our 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s and up. So we got Julie Gibson with Illuminate Sweat here to educate us. Okay, Julie, let's just get right into it. Okay, so for the 20s, we feel like, you know, we got superpowers. We could do anything.
Yeah.
But are there certain things that we should be doing in our 20s?
Yeah, so because you're feeling good all the time, you can really maximize your capacity in your 20s, and you want to build a really good foundation. So we focus on compound movements, which just means you're working multiple muscles at the same time.
Okay.
So something like a squat, a deadlift, pull-ups, push-ups, those are all good compound movements that will help as you get older and create a great foundation.
All right, well, let's see what that looks like.
Yeah.
Okay, who do we have demonstrating?
So we've got Dasha here. She's in her 20s.
Okay, good for you, girl.
Lifting heavy, and that's what we want to do as well. You can really go till failure in your 20s. As long as you do it safely, we want to focus on good form and making sure you have a good spotter. But that's a great squat, and now she's demonstrating a deadlift. So tight core, it's working multiple areas in her legs as well as her low back. And she's got great form. So.
Okay, all right. I'm not in my 20s, but I want to do this.
Yeah. Okay.
So let's grab, let's do the 10s for me.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Perfect. So you'll just put these up by your shoulders.
Okay.
And then you'll keep a big chest, tight core, and control your knees as you go down. Perfect. Up. Good. And you'll be pressing through the full sole of your foot, pushing through your heel. Good, and you should feel it more in your glutes.
I definitely feel it in my glutes.
Awesome, good. Keep a big chest, that's perfect.
Okay, yeah. Y'all are not ready for how fine I'm gonna be doing these.
That's right.
Okay. All right, so moving on to the 30s. What's the recommendation to keep in mind?
All right, so for the 30s, you know, recovery is getting a little bit harder in the 30s. So you want to still do those compound movements, but add a little bit more muscle isolation. So that's just the opposite of doing the full body. It's like one muscle at a time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so breaking it down some.
Yes.
This is when we see a lot of people doing like leg days and upper body days.
Yes,
like
exactly.
That. Okay.
So you'll want to control your body to make sure that only one muscle is moving at a time. And it's called hypertrophy work. You want to build your muscle so that you can maintain, because our recovery is starting to pull back a little bit in our 30s.
All right, so let's see some 30
awesome.
exercises here.
So this is Ciliana. Of course, we want to focus on nice round glutes, right? So
we still want those.
That's right.
Every decade we want those.
That's right. So So she's doing a hip thrust here. She's squeezing her glutes at the top, and so she'll get that nice roundness in her glutes.
Oh, get it, girl.
Yeah.
Okay. And how many of these would we do?
Yeah, so in your 30s, we like to focus on higher rep ranges, around 10 to 15 per set.
Oh, okay. All right. So not necessarily to failure, as you were saying in the 20s, but you can count.
Yeah, exactly. 10 to 15 should be good, and it should be a good challenging weight. So, from 12 to 15, it should be a little bit of a struggle.
Okay, so how should you feel at the end of 3 sets? If it's, a challenge, but not too much.
Pretty tired, out of breath. You should feel your heart rate has been raised throughout those sets, because you take about 45 seconds to 60 seconds in between sets.
Okay, got it. All right.
Yeah.
All right, that's doable. Good girl.
Yeah.
That was good. Okay, 40s.
40s and 50s. So in our 40s and 50s, we want to focus on longevity and making sure that we can do our normal daily activities without pain or stress, and we want to maintain as much as possible. So we'll focus on strength and movements that utilize a lot of our body parts in our daily life, like walking upstairs. So we're going to do some weighted step ups here.
Okay.
So Kim, she's in her 50s. She looks amazing. She's been weightlifting her whole life.
Mm-hmm.
So she's doing step ups. Imagine going up, taking groceries up your stairs.
Okay.
So something like that is going to help in your daily life. And then we also have a kettlebell here for some kettlebell swings, which she can demo here. And that is also going to utilize a lot of her leg muscles and a good strong core as well.
So even our 50s, we can get these swings in.
Yeah.
All right, are we adding weight as we get better at this? We're going up?
Yes. So really, wherever you're starting is a good place, right?
Okay.
You don't have to be heavy if you've never lifted weights. More important than that is proper form. So having some good guidance, or whether you're taking a class or you have a personal trainer or you're doing it with a friend, making sure that you have proper form. And then once you feel comfortable, increasing the weight, because it's super important for women to lift weight so that they can protect their bone density, and then it'll increase your metabolic rate so you get that nice tight look that everyone's looking for.
I like that. Okay, so I didn't want to do the hip thrust.
Okay.
You notice that, so I skipped that one, but let me do what she was doing over here.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, just a step up here. So you're going to come up, and then you'll lift your opposite leg.
Okay,
Yep.
all the way, okay.
Yep, and then you'll control the way down. Yep, and then you will just alternate.
Okay, let me switch it up.
Good.
Okay.
Big chest and a lot of things, and tighten your core. Perfect.
Oh, and how many of these are we doing?
Yeah, we do like 8 to 10 each side usually.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that'll work. That's good. I am already, feeling a little warm.
Good.
Is there anything for women, especially with the arms? Because oftentimes I notice women don't really do the upper body as much.
Right. So an important thing to realize is, even though we like lifting heavy weight, we're not going to get those big bulky muscles, right? That is because men get like that because they have different hormones.
Yeah.
So women, we're really not built to get super bulky. So you would want to lift, like lateral raises is a good one for your nice round shoulders. Doing some tricep extensions or some dips, because I know a lot of people think they've got flabby arms, right? So you want to work that tricep. Those muscle isolations that we were talking about in our 30s would be perfect for an upper body day.
Okay, so you can do those 30s up, continue those. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let me see one of you do these lateral raises that we're talking about. Here.
Perfect. So
I need a demonstration.
Lateral raises, and then you could even show her some front raises. Perfect. So she's keeping the movement isolated to the edge of her shoulder. So it's like she's focusing on pulling out and away. What we don't want to see in this type of exercise is that she's using the rest of her body. We're just isolating our shoulders to get that nice sculpted look.
Okay, all right. Okay, that's enough, because you look too good doing it. Okay, let me give it a try.
Okay, perfect.
All right, so we need to keep in mind that at any age, we should be weightlifting. Whew.
There you go.
You made this look easy. All right. Ooh, anything else, especially if we're just starting weightlifting? A lot of women, their whole lives, they've done cardio. What if they're just getting this information and realizing they need to get into this?
Yeah, so I think, going back to form will be really important. So if you're just starting, maybe go into some place where you have guidance, whether it's a personal trainer or a friend who's been lifting for a long time or a group fitness class, something like that. That way you can get a good foundation and feel confident, because when you feel good in your workouts, you're going to want to keep going, right? And then it'll become part of the lifestyle.
Ah, we love that. Okay,
Yeah.
well, let me wipe my sweat. Thank you.
You're doing great.
All right, we'll go ahead and pump it up a little bit to a commercial break, guys. We'll be right back in just a couple minutes. Whew.
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. But how long will you fight solo? I wonder if you know that we can get help. Not wondering anymore. Love, your mind.
Hey, it's your girl, Carolina Sanchez, and The Nightcap is the late night show where no topic is off limits. Join me as we dive into the wild world of relationships, sex, and everything in between. From hilarious dating disasters to steamy secrets, we've got it all. We've got celebrity guests, expert advice, and a cocktail in hand. The Nightcap is your guilty pleasure. So grab your drink and tune in, because the best stories start after dark.
The Nightcap. New episodes weeknights at 10:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
I'm Isaiah Carey, here to shake things up with the stories that hit hard and matter most. Here on The Factor, we cover news with grit and authenticity. We challenge the status quo and get down to real talk and bold discussions. Join us as we amplify the voices that disrupt, inspire, and lead the charge for change. Your story is power, and we're here to unleash it.
The Isaiah Factor Uncensored. New episodes weeknights at 9:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies. Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Greg, come on man, let's split a ride home.
I want to thank my guests, Restore Longevity Clinic, and the ladies and Julia from Illuminate Sweat. Julia, final thoughts before we go.
It doesn't matter where you're starting. I would say just get started, get some structure and some guidance, and make sure that it's something that you can see yourself doing to make it a lifestyle. And then that way you'll really enjoy it.
All right. Well, we appreciate y'all setting us up for
Thank you.
life. Guys, keep up with us on social at Chelsea Show Fox. We'll see you on the next Chattin' with Chelsea.
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. But how long will you fight solo? I wonder if you know that we can get help. Not wondering anymore. Love, your mind.
I was a quarterback at Hardaway High School. College first-round draft pick. During the football season, I would stop eating. But I didn't know I was depressed. We didn't have any education behind what mental health was. I started to learn it starts here first. If this is together, I'll be better as a father and as a husband. We have to redefine what being a strong man is and heal, love your mind.
Ready to lose track of time the best way possible?
Rolling!
From the funniest videos to the wildest things online, we do the scrolling so you don't have to.
It's Usher. He had that synthetic hair melting. You hear me? Why y'all talking about that lady hair like that? Ain't he alone?
Catch us every weeknight, 7 p.m. Central on Fox Soul.
louder for the people in the back.
As we work to get through these times together, you may not be thinking about blood donation, but blood is needed to save the lives of people who are sick with a range of illnesses. It's easy and safe to give. If you are in good health, please donate. We need heroes now. Visit redcrossblood.org to schedule an appointment.
Coming up on We Sound Crazy.
I've lived in the South, I've lived in the West Coast, you know what I'm saying? But I'm heavily influenced by East Coast hip hop as well. And then I'm Christian. So there's like, people didn't know what to do with me. It used to have these distinguishing cultural marks. It doesn't have that anymore. Everything's hip hop now, it's everywhere. Sprite commercials are hip hop. I'm not one of them old heads who like, man, what happened to the boom bap and the lyricism?
It sounded like Chuck Harmony over there.
Oh, man.
We Sound Crazy. He is one half of the duo Louis York and an award-winning songwriter.
Yes, sir. It's Claude Kelly.
He is award-winning songwriter and other half of the dynamic duo Louis York.
What's up, y'all? It's Chuck Harmony.
Music executive and Renaissance man.
Hey, it's Billionaire.
Music aficionado.
What's up? It's Timon Bacon from Macon.
We Sound Crazy is your official back